Om. Kujantam Rama Ramedi Maduram Maduraksharam Aruhya Kavita Shakam Vande Valmiki Kokilam Valmikir Munisimhasya Kavita Vanacharinah Shrunvan Rama Katanadam Konayati Param Gadim Eppiban Satatam Rama Charitamrita Sagaram Atriptastam munim bande pracheta samakalmasham Voshpati kritavarashim mashaki kritarakshasam Ramayana Mahamala Ratnam Bande Nilatmajam Anjananandanam Veeram Janaki Shokanashanam Kapisham Makshahantaram Vande Lanka Bhayankaram Manojavam Marutatulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanarayota Mukhyam Sri Ramadutam Shirasa Namami Yatra Yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam Tatra Tatra Kridamastakanjalim Bashpavari Paripurna Lochanam Marutim Namata Rakshasantakam Valmiki Giri Sambodha Ramasagara Gamini Punadi Bhuvanam Punya Ramayana Mahanadi Veda Vidye Pare Pumsi Jate Dasharadatmaje Veda Pracheta Sadasi Sakshat Ramayanatmana Apadam Apahartaram Dataram Sarva Sampadam Lokabhiramam Sri Ramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunataya Nathaya Sitaya Padaye Namah Mangalam Kosalendraya Mahaniya Gunabdhaye Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam Siyavara Ramachandra ki jai, Pavana Sutta Hanuman ki jai, Umapati Mahadev ki jai, Bolo Bhai Sab Santan ki jai, Sadgurunath Maharaj ki jai. Inspired by the words of Jambavan, Hanumanji had realized his power. There is a short story about it, about he, in spite of the mighty strength that he had been having, how he has been forgetful about that, about which we'll see later on, it will be narrated. And thus he became the mighty messenger of Rama, and he had also not only as a physical strength, but also the keen intellect. Sarva Veda Visharadaha, Sarva Shastravit, Palavan Buddhimancha. So here, his very mighty presence there, Harinam Uttito Madhyat Samprahishta Tanugruhaha Abhivadya Harin Vruddhan Hanumanidam Abravit. He now addressed all of those people assembled there, all the monkeys there, Vanaras. So now here in the verse number 9 in canto number 67. Arujan Parvatagrani. You have to unmute yourself, whoever is chanting.
Arujan Parvatagrani
Udashana Sako Nilaha
Utashana Sakho Nilaha
Balavana Prameyascha
Balavana Premiyascha
Ayurakasha Gocharaha
Vayurakasha Gocharaha
Tasyaham Shigravegasya
Tasyaham Shigravegatya
Shigragasya Mahatmanaha
Shigragatya Mahatmanaha
Marudasyorasa Putraha
Marutatyurasa Putraha
Plavene Nasmi Statsamaha
Plavane Nasmitas Samaha
Utsaheyam Hi Vistirnam
Utsaheyam Hi Vistirnam
Alikantam Ivambaram
Alikhantam Ivambaram
Merum Girimasangena
Merum Girimasangena
Parigantum Sahasrashaha
Parigantum Sahasrashaha
Bahuvegra Bahuvega Pranun, okay. Vayuvega Pranunnena
Vayuvega Pranunnena
Sagarena Hamutsahe
Sagarena Hamutsahe
Samaplavayitum Lokam
Samaplavayitum Lokam
Saparvatas, what is it? Printed.
Nadi. Saparvata Nadi Hrudam.
Okay. Saparvata Nadi Hrudam.
Saparvata Nadi Hrudam.
Mamoru Janga Vegena.
Mamoru Janga Vegena.
Bhavishyati Samuttitaha.
Bhavishyati Samuttitaha.
Samuttita Mahagraha. Mahagraha.
Samuttita Mahagraha.
Samudro Varunalayah.
Samudro Varunalayah.
Pannakashanam
Pannagashanamakashe.
Patantam Pakshi Sevitam.
Patantam Pakshi Sevitam.
Vainate Yamaham Shaktaha.
Vainate Yamaham Shaktaha.
Parigantum Sahasrashaha.
Parigantum Sahasrashaha.
Udayat Prastitam Vapi.
Udayat Prastitam Vapi.
Jwalantam Rashmi Malinam.
Jwalantam Rashmi Malinam.
Anastamitamadityam.
Anastamitamadityam.
Aham Gantum Samutsahe.
Aham Gantum Samutsahe.
Tato Bhumimasam Sprishtva.
Tato Bhumimasam Sprishtva.
Punaragantumutsahe.
Punaragantumutsahe.
Pravege Naiva Mahata.
Pravege Naiva Mahata.
Bhimena Plavagarshavaha.
Bhimena Plavagarshavaha.
Parvata Agrani Arujan. Rujanam is to bind. What is the Rujati? Rujati. Breaking. So breaking the at the top of the very mountain itself, Mahendra mountain. What is that? Who is that? Vayuhu. Vayuhu Akasha Gocharaha Balavan Aprameya. Strong, incomparable Vayuhu, one who moves about in the space. Hudashana Sakaha. Saka. Saka means friend. Udashana Saka. Udashana means fire. Hudam Ashati. Ashnati, sorry. Udam Ashnati idi Udashana. Hudam means what is offered as ahutis. Ashnadi, one who consumes. So, one of the names for fire is Hudashana. Tasya Saka, his friend is wind. Without air, fire cannot exist. So fire to exist, there must be the air. Therefore, Vayu is known as Hudashana Shaka. Anilaha. Nila means place. Anilaha, one does not stay in one place. That's called Anila. So anybody who has the name Anil, you must be very careful. That fellow is very, constantly moving. So Anilaha. That's why here in this country, they don't give the name Anil. Neil. Look like an American name. Neil. A is forgotten. Neil means blue. That is no particular meaning, no religious meaning. Neil, maybe Akash. Neil. So Anilaha. Parvadagrani. So this Vayu is so powerful. Tasya aham putraha. Mahatmanaha. Shigravegasya. Shigragasya. Marutasya. Aurasaha putraha. I am this is his own son. So imagine my power. Shigravegaha. Vayu is one who moves very swiftly. Shigraga. One who reaches everything fast. Mahatmanaha Marutasya. Of that very Maruta. Aurasaha. He's born yesterday I told you. Aurasa means one who is born with the help of wind. Putraha plavanena asmi. In leaping, I am equal to him. That's Samaha. This way he was addressing, Hanumanji addressing all of them there. And Vistirnam alikantam iva ambaram merum. Meru mountain where I am standing there is like that which is as though licking this space, licking the sky. Alikantam iva ambaram. Ambaram alikantam. Lick. Lick means in Sanskrit means to lick, to touch. Alikantam iva ambaram. Vyastirnam. It is so vast, so big. And it is that Meru mountain, Girisangena Parigantum Sahasrashaha Utsaheyam. So that very mountain which is so vast and big, and I am ready to take off from here in this very, but before that, what do? I can, such a huge mountain, I can go around it, Parigantum, Sahasrasha, 1,000 times. 1,000 times I can go around it. That much of power I have. Girim Asangena, without any kind of help, without even touching it, I can go around it 1,000 times. And Vayuvega Pranunnena, being shaken by the power of the wind, Sagarena Aham Utsahe. With the help of the Sagara, in this very Sagara, very ocean, Samaplayudum Lokam. I can, into that very ocean, I can deluge. Samaplayu, what? The entire world, along with Saparvata Nadi Hradam. All mountains, all rivers, all lakes, I can just deluge them all. That much power I have got right now. Very Mama Uru Janga Vegena, with my thighs and the shanks. Shank is that which is Janga. I think Janga is not here today, but Janga is that name for the muscle, calf muscle. Samuttidaha bhavishyati, that very one, the ocean will become, with the power of that, the ocean will become, in spate. It will come up. Samuddita Mahagraha Samudro Varunalaya. With all its, like a tsunami, I can create a tsunami out of this. with all the waves rising up. This is a very place where are various sharks. They are all sharks, and the alligators and other things, they're all residing in that. Here it is because it is ocean, the graha means usually it is alligator, but should be taken, because of the ocean, it should be taken as sharks, whales and sharks. Pannaga ashanam akashe padantam pakshisevidam vainateyam aham parigantum sahasrashaha parigantum shaktaha. Here, earlier Jambavan compared him with Garuda. Garuda is Pannaga Ashanam. Again, Ashanam, one who eats away Pannaga, the snakes. Akashe Patantam, one who is flying in that sky. Pakshisevidam, one who is constantly being looked up by all the birds. Vainateyam, Vinata Putraha, Vainateyam, Aham, Sahasrashaha Parigantum Shakyate. I can go around it 1,000 times. So, again, Udayat Prastitam Vapi Jalantam Rashmi Malinam Astamidam Adityamaham Gantum Samutsahe. I am, interesting, he says, earlier when he was very small child, he wanted to capture the sun, thinking that it's an apple, and he got it by, by Indra, etc. He says, now I am so capable, Udayat Prastitam Vapi, as soon as the sun rises up in the east, Rashmi Malinam, one which is filled with splendorous rays, Jwalantam, shining, Astamidam Adityamaham Gantum Samutsahe, Anastamidam. Before it actually, before the dusk arrives, from the dawn to dusk, between the dawn and dusk, before the sun settles down in the western mountains, I can go faster than that. Meaning, I am faster than even the movement of the sun. Tataha bhumim asam sprishtva munaragandum utsahe. Then utsahe means I can. I am capable of coming down to the earth, and without touching the earth, I will come down and again go back before the sun finally settles. Pravegeneva mahata bhimena plavagarshabaha. Pravegena, with extreme speed, sahasa, easily, bhimena, with force, plavagarshabaha. Oh, addressing all of these monkeys, they pull among the monkeys. Now I have got so much of power. All the monkeys around were wondering, where was it before? So much of power that now Hanumanji seemed to possess. Earlier, he was just a mere servant of Sugriva, and he was all calm and quiet. Now he has become a mighty person. So Gurudev used to say, even a normal person can become mighty hero once he has Bhagavan as his aid. Once he has got Bhagavan as the aid or Bhagavan as the goal, then nobody can stop him, because he's not answerable to anybody. Why are we afraid of taking up anything seriously? Because we are afraid of the world, afraid of our own incapabilities, unsure about what we can do, not sure who will support us, who will be there to help us. But once a person has taken, see, there are many leaders, political leaders in this world, in the past. But today also we talk about Gandhi and such others. Why? Because, not because they are physically strong or anything. Because Mahatma Gandhi has taken Sri Rama as his help. He always said that Bhagavan is there, I can do anything. Then the strength comes from where? In that enormous faith, absolute faith. When one has started to have, then he is not afraid of anybody in this world. British or what? British army can come. I'm not afraid of that. How is that strength? What strength that person had to go against a rule which has been there for 300 years. 300 years ruling the country. How? That strength comes out of that faith. Faith can move mountains, they say. So this we can see in Hanumanji's case. I am doing Bhagavan's work. Hidden powers are now exhibited completely. And now so much of power he has got, but he's not going to destroy anything. Even though he has so much of strength. Continuing, he says, Utsaheyam adikrantum
Utsaheyam atikrantum
sarvan akasha gocharan
sarvan akasha gocharan
sagaran shoshayishyami
sagaran toshayishyami
darayishyami medinim
darayishyami medinim
parvadan churnayishyami
parvatam shurnayishyami
plavamana plavangamaha
plavamana plavangamaha
harishyam uruvegena
harishyam uruvegena
plavamano maharnavam
lavamano maharnavam
latanam vividam pushpam
latanam vividham pushpam
padapanam cha sarvashah
पादपानां च सर्वशः
anuyasyati mamadya
अनुयास्यति मामध्य
pavamanam vihayasa
लवमानं विहाय स
bhavishyati hime pantaha
भविष्यति हि मे पन्थाः
swate panta ivambare
स्वाते पन्था इवाम्बरे
karantam goramakasham
चरन्तं घोरमाकाशम्
utpadishyantameva cha
उत्पतिष्यन्तमेव च
rakshyanti nipatantam cha
द्रक्ष्यन्ति निपतन्तं च
sarvabhutani vanaraha
सर्वभूतानि वानराः
mahameru pratikasham
महामेरुप्रतीकाशम्
mam drakshadvam plavangamaha
मां द्रक्ष्यध्वं प्लवङ्गमाः
divamavritya gachantam
दिवमावृत्य गच्छन्तम्
rasamanamivambaram
ग्रसमानमिवाम्बरम्
vigamisyanti jibhutan
विधमिष्यामि जीमुन्तान्
kampayishyami parvatan
कम्पयिष्यामि पर्वतान्
sagaram shoshayishyami
सागरं शोषयिष्यामि
avamanas samahitah.
लवमानस्तमाहितः.
So here utsahayam I can adikrantum to cross what? Sarvan akasha gocharan. All the various birds that I can surpass them. I can go fast beyond them. Sagaran shoshayishyami, I will dry up the entire ocean. Darayishyami medinim, I can break the entire earth. Parvadans churnayishyami, I am capable of making a powder of all these mountains. Plavamanaha, while I am flying, plavangamaha. This hey plavangamas, the monkeys, you understand that I can do all that. And I, the one who is with us flying away in the air, powerful enough, harishyami uruvegena, by the power of my maharnavam harishyami, with the power of my thighs, I am capable of even carrying away the entire ocean. Plavamanaha uruvegena, while I am flying, I can also carry the entire ocean away from here. And this Latanam vividam pushpam patavanam cha sarvashah anuyasyati. All these, and the mountains which contains all the various creepers, Latana, vividam pushpam, various flowers, padapanam, all the various trees, sarvashah anusyadi imam. All of them will follow me adya today, as I am vihayasa plavamanam. Vihayas means space. Vihayasa, in the space, vihayasa plavamanam, as I am flying away there. And me pantaha swatehe panta iva ambare bhavishyati. My path which I am going to fly in would be the path of the Swati Nakshatra also. Swati is known for its beauty and strength. And the presiding deity for Swati Nakshatra is, Swati constellation is Vayu, known for its strength and life, giving life. So people who are worshippers of that Swati, according to astrology, they gain the power of the wind. So Swatehe panta eva ambare bhavishyanti me pantaha. Charantam goram akasham upadishyantam evacha. While I am thus moving in the sky, I can rise up. Utpadishyami. Utpadishyantam goram akasham. The dark, vast space I can easily fly up into. And nipadantam cha drikshyanti sarvabhutani vanaraha. And when I am coming down, utpadanam is to fly up. Nipadanam is to come down, descend, ascend and descend. While I am descending, everybody will see it. Sarvabhutani vanaraha drikshyanti. They will see it. Mahameru padikasham mam drakshatvam evanaraha plavangama. You will see me as though a Meru mountain in the sky, in the space. Such huge will be my presence. I'm equal to Meru, Mahameru. Meru is considered as the celestial mountain, which is the center of the earth. Meru. Divam avritya, completely covering the entire space. Gachantam krasamanam ivambaram. As though I am swallowing up the entire sky, I will fly. Vigamishami, I will jibhutan. I will scatter away all the clouds that are there in the sky. Kampayishyami parvatan. I will shake up all the mountains. Sagaram shoshayishyami, as earlier he said, I will completely dry up the ocean. Plavamana samahitaha. While I am carefully moving about in the sky. Samahitaha means sama ahitaha. Samyak ahitaha. Ahita means placed. Samyak ahitaha meaning placing my mind carefully in what I am doing. I'm not here to destroy anything, but here he is exhibiting his prowess. So Hanumanji should not be construed as another Rakshasa or anything like that. The difference between a Rakshasa or a man of evil conduct and a person like Hanumanji, Bhakta, even though both of them have got enormous powers, where the power is used is very important. Ravana is also very capable, but then his whole focus, attention, everything is only for personal greed and passion, lust and power. Whereas Hanumanji, even though equally much equal or much more than him, had composure, compassion, love, understanding, brilliance, and dedication and faith. That makes a big difference between person to person with respect to what that person's focus and attitude has been. So that we need to clearly understand. Vaineteyasya va shaktihi
Vainateyasya va shaktihi
mama va marutasya va
mama va marutasya va
vrite suparna rajanam
rute suparna rajanam
marutam va mahabalam
marutam va mahabalam
natad bhutam prapashyami
na tadbhutam prapashyami
Yanmam plavatam anuvrajet.
yanmam
Yanmam plutam anuvrajet.
yanmam plutamanu vrajet
Nimeshantaramatrena
nimeshantaramatrena
niralambanamambaram
niralambanamambaram
sahasa nipadishyami
sahasa nipatishyami
ganad vidyudiva yottita
ghanadvidyudivostita
bhavishyati hi me rupam
bhavishyati hi me rupam
plavamanasya sagaram
plavamanasya sagaram
Vishno prakramamanasya
Vishnu prakramamanasya
Tadatrin vikramaniva
tadatrin vikramaniva
buddhya chaham prapashyami
buddhya chaham prapashyami
manascheshta cha me tata
manascheshta cha me tatha
aham drakshami vaidehim
aham drakshami vaidehim
pramodadvam plavangamaha
pramodadvam plavangamaha
marudasya samovege
marutasya samovege
garudasya samojave
garudasya samojave
ayutam yojananam tu
ayutam yojananam tu
ayutam
ayutam yojananam tu
Gamishyami iti me matihi
gamishyami ti me matihi
vasavasya savajrasya
vasavasya samvajrasya
brahmano va swayambhuvah
brahmano va svayambhuvah
vikramya sahasa hastat
vikramya sahasa hastat
amritam tadihanaye
amritam tadihanaye
lankam vapi samutshipya
lankam vapi samukshipya
gaccheyamiti me matihi.
gaccheyamiti me matihi
Vainateyasya va shaktihi vainateyasya of the Garuda, whatever power is, marudasya va shaktihi mama. Whether it is of the Vayu's power or the Garuda's power, it is there already in me. Hriday Suparna Rajanam Marudam va Mahabalam, without even, other than or without even, the king of all the Suparnaha birds, that is Garuda, or Mahabalam Marutam, other than the two of them, Natat Bhutam Prapashyami Yanmam Plavatum Anurbrajet. Platum Anurbrajet. As I am leaping, Mam Anuvrajet na Tadbhutam Prapashyami. I do not see any other living being who can surpass other than Garuda and Vayu. There's no other living being can even follow me. Forget about it. Even following is not possible. Forget about even surpassing. And nimeshantara matrena, within the twinkling of an eye, as it is said. Nimisha, it's actually translated as, Nimisha usually translates as minute, but it's not true. Nimisha means, Nimisha means closing and opening of the eyes. That is called Nimisha. That one, even between closing and opening of the eyes, how fast it is, because we don't even realize many times how often we actually close and open the eyes. It is so naturally happening, because of which the eyes are constantly moisturized. If it is constantly open, it will dry up. Of course, we cannot keep it closed also. So the eyes this is the problem with people, no? Those who are sitting and working in the computer constantly in front of it. Sometimes they don't realize that eyes are getting dried up. And then they eventually lose their ability to see properly, or even dryness will cause a lot of irritation. So it is necessary that we must stay away from bright light, constantly looking at it. Or even they put some the fan right in front of them. That also will dry up. So eyes need constant moisturization. Anyway, so within the twinkling of an eye, nimeshantara matrena niralambanam ambaram, without any support, sahasa nipatishyami, I will descend from the sky, ganat vidyut iva ustita, like the lightning that is coming from the clouds, the rainy clouds. How the light, you can't even see it. By the time you hear the sound, thunder, the light is already, after the lightning happens only you can actually hear the sound, because light travels faster than the sound, obviously. One boy asked the father, Daddy, science says light travels faster than the sound. How do we prove this? Father smiled and said, some people look bright until they open their mouth. Only open their mouth, you will know what they're. So, lightning, how fast it happens between the rainy clouds. So, me rupam bhavishyati plavamanasya sagaram, as even I cross over the ocean, my form will be equal to what? Vishnoho prakramamanasya. Vishnu, when he took the avatar of Trivikrama, tata trin vikramani, as even he was measuring all the three worlds, that would be the size of or the form when I would be crossing the ocean. Manascha ishta buddhyacha aham. Me manasah ishta buddhyacha aham prapashyami. I can very clearly with my mind interested in, as well as with my intellect, aham drakshami vaidehim. I will be seeing Sita vaidehim. Modatvam plavangamaha. Oh, all the monkeys, be very, very happy that I will definitely see Sita. It is after all a question of time. I can go easily cross the Lanka and reach there. Marutasya samo vege, garudasya samo jave. Vega, speed, java, swiftness, quickness, speed and java. Manojavam, marutatulya vegam. Manojavam, how the mind so quickly reach anywhere. I close my eyes and think about someone or somewhere, I am there already. Manojavam, java means swift, quickness. Marutatulya vegam, speed is that of the vayu. So marudasya tam samo vege, garudasya samo jave. Quickness is like that of the Garuda. Ayutam yojananam, not 100 yojana, 200 you people are talking, 10,000 yojanas. Kamishyami iti me matihi. I can go 10,000 yojanas, which is what? Into 80,000 miles without a stop. All these flights here, they reach in a half, they run for 10,000 maximum, then they stop. Refueling. Here, 80,000 miles I can go in one stretch. Ayuta means 10,000. 10,000 yojanas. To Kamishyami iti me madihi vasavasya sa vajrasya. Indra, along with his own vajra, or Brahma, Swayambhuaham Brahma, these two who seem to have the possession of the Amrutam, nectar, Vikramya, having conquered them, Sahasa, easily, Hastad Amrutam Tad Iha Anaye. I can bring the nectar from their hand. Hastad Anaye Amrutam. I can bring Lankam Vapi Samukshipya. I can throw away the Lanka, lift up. Gacheyamiti me medihi. I can move, even lifting up the entire Lanka. So no wonder when he was sent for the Sanjeevani booty, for the sake of bringing the Sanjeevani herbs, he was searching here and there, where exactly is this particular herb not seen. Chalo, lift the whole mountain and bring it there. So we wonder how he could do that. He said, I can bring the entire Lanka if you want. That much power I have. Tamevam vanarasreshtam.
Tamevam vanarasreshtam.
Garjantam amitapramam.
Garjantam amitaprabham.
Prahrishta hasya tatra. Prahrishta harayastatra.
Prahrishta harayastatra.
Samudekshanta vismitaha.
Samudekshanta vismitaha.
Tachasya vachanam shrutva.
Tachatya vachanam shrutva.
Jnatinam shokanashanam.
Jnatinam shokanashanam.
Uvacha parisamhrushto.
Uvacha parisamhrushto.
Jambavan plavageshwaraha.
Jambavan plavageshwaraha.
Tava kalyana ruchayaha.
The line above.
Veerakesarina putraha.
Veerakesarina putraha.
Vegavan marutatmajaha.
Vegavan marutatmajaha.
Marutatmaja. Now visarga there. Jnatinam vipulah shokaha.
Jnatinam vipulah shoka.
Shokaha. Tvaya tata pranashitaha.
Tvaya tata pranashitaha.
Tava kalyana ruchayaha.
Tava kalyana ruchayaha.
Abhimukhyaha samagataha.
Abhimukhyaha samagataha.
Mangalani arthasiddhartham.
Mangalani arthasiddhartham.
Siddhyartham. Karishyanti samahitaha.
Karishyanti samahitaha.
Rishinam cha prasadena.
Rishinam cha prasadena.
Kapivruddham kapivruddhamatena cha.
Kapivruddhamatena cha.
Gurunam cha prasadena.
Gurunam cha prasadena.
Samplavatvam maharnavam.
Samplavatvam maharnavam.
Stasyamah chaikapadena.
Tasyamaha chaikapadena.
Yavadagamanam tava.
Yavadagamanam tava.
Tadgatani cha sarvesham.
Tvadgatani cha sarvesham.
Jivanani vanaukasam.
Jivanani vanaukasam.
Evam vanarasreshtam garjantam amita prabham. Prabha, brilliance. Amita prabham, incomparable power and strength. And vanarasreshtam tam evam garjantam. He does this best of the monkeys when he's roaring like this. Harayaha tatra prahrishtaha. All the monkeys there, they became so excited. Samyak udaiksha samud aikshanta. They've started to look at him with great wonder. Vismitaha. Asya vachanam shrutva jnatinam sokanashanam. And also the very words that he uttered had destroyed the jnatinam of all the people who are belonging to the same clan. Jnatinam of all the relatives, each one of them related to each other, obviously same species. Shokanashanam, destroying all their sorrows. Vajanam shokanashanam. Parisamhrishtaha jambavan plavageshwaraha uvacha. So the best of the monkeys and the bears there, Jambavan, started to speak. very delightfully, Hey Veera, Kesarina Putra, you the one, a hero, and Kesari's son, Vegavan Marutatmaja, oh, one with great speed, and very son of the wind, Jnatina Vipulashogaha Tvaya Pranashitaha Etata. Oh, my dear son, because of you, the sorrow which is so heavily weighing upon them, Vipulaha Shokaha, extreme sorrow, Jnatinam, of all these clan of people, Pranashita are destroyed. And therefore, Kabimukyaha Samagataha Tava Kalyana Ruchayaha. They are all seeking your welfare because you are the only solution for them right now. Tava Kalyana Ruchayaha. Ruchayaha, desiring your welfare, Kalyana. Kapimukyaha, midst of the monkeys, Samagataha, they have come together. Mangalani Arthasiddhyartam Karishyanti Samahitaha. Collectively, they are all uttering the very auspicious words for the sake of your success. Arthasiddhyartam Mangalani Karishyanti. Rishinam Prasadena Kavivruddhamatena cha. Also, by the blessings of all the rishis, all the various elderly kapis, monkeys, according to their own wish, Gurunam cha prasadena, with the blessings of the gurus, Tvam Maharnavam Samplava. Now you can take a leap across the ocean. Stasyamaha, we all will stay. Ekapadena, meaning we stand on one foot. We often say, no, this is a usual expression in India. If somebody is so determined to do something, he is standing on one foot for this. So this is actually they are standing on one foot. They said, we all will stand in one foot until you come back. Yavadamagamanam tava. Meaning we do our tapas, our ardent tapas for the success of your mission, we will stand on one foot. Tvat gadani cha sarvesham jivanani vanokasam. Sarvesham jivakosam vanokasam jivanani tat gadani. All their lives of all the people here are depending on you. Tvat gadani. So your success is our success. Our accomplishment will become our accomplishment. So we are all praying for that. This way, Jambavan had addressed Hanuman there. Tadastu Harishardulaha.
Tatascha Harishardulaha.
Tanuvacha Vanokasaha.
Tanuvacha Vanaukasaha.
Kopi lokena me vegam.
Kopi lokena me vegam.
Plavane dharayishyati.
Plavane dharayishyati.
Etaniha nagasyasya.
Etaniha nagasyasya.
Let's see here, light is not. Shila Sankatashalinaha.
Shila Sankatashalinaha.
Shikarani Mahendrasya.
Shikarani Mahendrasya.
Tirani cha Mahanti cha.
Tirani cha Mahanti cha.
Yeshu vegam gamishyami.
Yeshu vegam gamishyami.
Mahendra Shikareshwaham.
Mahendra Shikareshwaham.
Nanadruma vikirneshu.
Nanadruma vikirneshu.
Dhatu nishpantad shobhishu.
Dhatu nishpanda shobhishu.
Etani mama vegam hi.
Etani mama vegam hi.
Shikarani Mahanti cha.
Shikarani Mahanti cha.
Plavato dharayishyanti.
Plavato dharayishyanti.
Yojananamita shatam.
Yojananami tashyatam.
Tatastu maruta prakyaha.
Tatastu maruta prakyaha.
Sahari marutatmajaha.
Saharir marutatmajaha.
Aruroha nagasreshtam.
Arurohan nagashreshtam.
Mahendram marimardanaha.
Mahendram Arimardanaha.
Vritam nana vidai pushpaihi.
Vrutam Nana Vidhai Pushpaihi.
Mrigasevita shadvalam.
Mrugasevita Shadvalam.
Lata kusuma sankasham. Sambhadam.
Lata Kusuma Sambadham.
Nitya pushpa phaladrumam.
Nitya Pushpa Paladrumam.
Shardula sahitam.
Simha Shardula Sahitam.
Mattamadanga sevitam.
Mattamatanga Sevitam.
Mattadvijaganodgrishtam.
Mattadvijaganodgrushtam.
Salilot pida sankulam. Sankulam, right?
Sankulam.
Salilot pida sankulam.
Salilotpida Sankulam.
Mahadbiruchritam shrungaihi.
Mahadbhiruchitam Shrungaihi.
Mahendram samahabalaha.
Mahendram Samahabalaha.
Vijachara harisreshto.
Vichachara Harishreshto.
Mahendra samavikramaha.
Mahendra Samavikramaha.
When he was being addressed by Jambavan this way, Tataha Harishardulaha, best of the monkeys there, the tiger Shardula, tiger among the monkeys, Uacha Vanakosa Tasaha. He addressed all of them to all the monkeys assembled there. Name vegam plavane dharayishyati kopi loke. Nobody in this world can match with my speed, as even I go such as a speed in the very sky, and the power, the plavane na dharayishyami, vegam na dharayishyami. Nobody in this world, or no one can stand my speed. See, today's world, we know so many shuttles are going up in the sky, but you all know, as soon as the launching rocket is taking off, nobody can go anywhere near that. Such an amount of fuel exertion takes place, such a power is, usually they are next to the water. So that the power, the heat that is coming out of the rocket, that nothing will remain there. Nothing can even stay. Nothing can even survive there. So, etani iha nagasya asya shilan sankata shalinaha. This very mountain which is filled with, this area which is filled with a lot of trees and rocks, Shila Sankata, assembled rocks there, full of the Shalinaha, Nagaha, the mountain, Etani, Shikarani Mahendrasya Stirani cha Mahanticha, even the top of the mountain Mahendra, which is even so firm, Stirani Mahanti, is strong and very well spread out. As you all know, Himalaya is a still growing mountain. Himalayan mountains are very vulnerable to earthquake, etc., because they are constantly movement of the earth. The earth is getting pressurized from both sides, and therefore, because of the pressure of the earth around, the mountain peaks are constantly growing, because being the pressure that is coming. Whereas down south, the mountains are not made of that kind of a substance. They are made of rocks. Being made of rocks, they are more firm. That is why you find all the granites, etc., are available in the southern part of India. Why? Because of the fact that they are all rocky mountains. Mountains made of rock, not sediments. Whereas Himalayas are not as stable. They are vast, no doubt, extremely spread out. but not the stability is only into the rock. That's why Shila Sankata Shalinaha Shikarani Mahendrasya Sthirani firm Mahanticha Yeshu Vegam Gamishyami Mahendra Mahendra Shileshu Shigareshu Mahendra Shigareshu. Therefore, I would prefer to get onto the Mahendra mountain and then stay. From there, I will take the leap. And from there, the speed is more because it needs a strong ground. He needs a strong ground before he pushes off to the sky. That's that pressure of, if you see the flights also, when they are taking off, when they slowly go into the runway, after that, they are all quiet. Then comes the pressure. And if you can open the window and listen, your ears will be gone. Such an amount of sound and speed, pressure, it needs to have before it takes off. So that's why enough distance is given before they actually proceed. And Nana Druma Vikirneshu, this very mountain which is filled with various kinds of trees, Dhatu Nishpanda Shobishu, and having the heap of various kind of minerals, Etani Mama Vegam Hi Shikarani Mahandicha. They are capable of Dharayishyanti Plavataha. As even I take off, these things which are there on the Mahendra mountain can bear. They can bear Dharayishyanti. Yojananam Itashatam Plavataha. As even I take off into the sky to cross over hundreds and hundreds of yojanas, because that requires that much speed. The beginning pressure and speed determines how fast you can get onto the sky and move. And that is what is important there. And so, unlike the flights, they have an engine which constantly fuels the movement of the flight, whereas Hanumanji must take all the force from the very ground itself. The constant fuel and engine is not available there. So therefore, all the speed that he can take off is from the it depends upon how much of pressure he can put on the ground and move. So Tatastu Maruta Prakyaha Saha Hari Harihi Marudatmajaha, me, the one who is equal to that of the wind, and also I am the son of very wind itself. Narasreshtam Aruroha Mahendram Arimardanaha. That way, he the one, after he completed this very statement, the previous line, thereafter, Maruda Prakyaha Harihi Marudatmajaha Aruroha, he started ascending. Nagasreshtam, the very best of the mountains, Mahendram Arimardanaha Marudatmajaha, one who is a destroyer of all the enemies. Nana Videhi Pushpaihi Mrgasevida Shadvalam Brutam, completely covered with various kinds of trees. Nana Videhi Pushpaihi, flowers. Mriga Sevita Sharda Shadvalam, and patches of grasslands constantly visited by various mrigas, various deers and others. Lata Kusuma Sambhatam, filled with various creepers and flowers. Nitya Pushpa Phaladrumam, and the trees which are constantly giving flowers, is not seasonal. They are all perennial trees full of flowers. Simha Shardula Sahitam, Matta Madanga Sevitam. Simha, lion and tiger and various other animals are also residing in that very mountain. Matta Madanga, also the various deers and elephants, Matanga Sevidam, Matta Dvijagano Utkrishtam. And also when intoxicated, Matta here, intoxicated elephants, intoxicated various birds because of the flowers and beauty of that place. Salilo Utpida Sankulam. Utpida means streams. So Salila Utpida, the streams of waters filling in that Mahendra mountain. Mahadbihi Uchridam Shringaihi, with the steep peaks of the Mahendra mountain, Sa Mahabalaha Vichachara, this Hanuman started to climb up and then started to wander around about the right place to start from. Harishreshtaha Mahendra Samavikramaha, equal to that of a Mahendra mountain. He was so powerful while he was wandering around on the top of on the peak of the mountain, looking for the right place from where he can take off. Interesting thing is, where he takes off is also important, where he lands also important. When we visited Sri Lanka a few years back, there is a place we saw where it is said that he landed at this point in Lanka, and you can see huge, on the ground, we can see the impression like that of the foot. They say they even now continue to maintain that is a place actually he landed. And we have our own, Chinmaya Mission has got our own temple of Hanumanji in Lanka, and Ramboda it's called. Ramboda is the place, and where it is said to be the place, they claim to be the place where he visited or he landed also. That is the 18-foot single stone granite Hanumanji is installed there. It's a complete temple, fully functioning as a temple. Next time, if you happen to go, it's near Kanti. Kanti is a place where the relics of Buddha is kept. Near there is our Ramboda temple, very famous. A lot of people visit there. So that is Hanumanji's temple by Chinmaya Mission there. So it is believed there, the place where he landed is also very auspicious. Now, Padabhyam Piditastena
Padabhyam Piditastena
Mahashailo Mahatmana
Mahashailo Mahatmana
Narasa Simha Bihato
Rarasa Simha Bihato
Mahan Matta Iva Dvibaha
Mahan Matta Iva Dvibaha
Umocha Salilotpidan
Mumota Salilot Pidan
Viprakirna Shilochayaha
Viprakirna Shilochayaha
Vitrasta Mrgamatangaha
Vitrasta Mrugamatangaha
Prakampita Mahadrumaha
Prakampita Mahadrumaha
Nana Gandharva Mitunaihi
Nana Gandharva Mithunaihi
Manasam Sarga Karkashaihi
Panasam Sarga Karkashaihi
Utpadadbihi Vihangaischa
Utpatadbihi Vihangaischa
Vidyadara Ganairapi
Vidyadhara Ganairapi
Tyajyamana Mahasanuhu
Yajyamana Mahasanuhu
Sannilina Mahoragaha
Sannilina Mahoragaha
Shailashringa Shilotpadaha
Shailashringa Shilotpataha
Adabhutsa Mahagirihi
Tadadbhutsa Mahagirihi
Nishvasadbihi Tada Taistu
Vishvasadbhihi Tada Taistuhu
Bhujagai Ardhanisrutaihi
Bhujagairadhanisprihaihi
Sapataka Ivabhati
Sapataka Iva Bhati
Tatada Dharanidharaha
Satadda Dharanidharaha
Rishibir Strasa Samprantaihi
Rishibhistrata Sambrantaihi
Tajyamana Shilochayaha
त्यज्यमानः शिलोच्चयः
सीदन् महति कान्तारे
सीदन्महति कान्तारे
सार्थहीन युवाद्वगः
अर्थहीन इवाद्वगः
स वेगवान् वेगसमाहितात्मा
सवेगवान् वेगसमाहितात्मा
हरिप्रवीर परवीरहन्ता
हरिप्रवीरः परवीरहन्ता
मनः समादाय महानुभावो
मनः समाधाय महानुभावो
जगामलङ्कां मनसा मनस्वी
जगामलङ्कां मनसा मनस्वी
पादाभ्यां पीडितः तेन पादाभ्यां पीडितः महाशैलः महात्मना तेन by the great mighty Hanuman, by his feet, due to his feet, piditena, being tortured as though because of his foot being very strongly holding onto the ground, simha abhihatah dvipah iva, mahan simha abhihatah matta dvipah iva, rarasa. The mountain actually is started to scream as though, like that of a mad elephant being attacked by the huge lion. Mahan simha abhihatah matta dvipah. Dvipa means elephant. Dvipati iti dvipah. It drinks through its trunk. That's called dvipah, because with the mouth as well as with the trunk. So it is drinking from both, that way dvipa. So like that of an elephant, how it will scream when it is attacked by the lion, in the same way the mountain started to scream as though. And because of that rocks being broken, because of that very foot that he kept there, Viprakerna Shilochaya, the peaks of the mountain where he put the foot broken, and the new streams of water started coming out. Momocha Salilopidan, Pitrasta Murga Matangaha, the deers and elephants, which are now becoming very afraid, they Prakampita Mahadrumaha, and also the various huge trees which are now being shaken up. Nana Gandharva Mitunaihi Pana Samsarga Karkashaihi Utpadadbihi Vihangaischa Vidyadhara Ganairyapi Dachyamana Mahasanuhu. Mahasanuhu, the very side of the mountains, the very side ridges of the mountains, which are occupied by various Gandharvas who are actually associating themselves with their own counterparts or the women. Nana Gandha Mituna. Mituna means to copulate. They were all enjoying their own time in the very sides of the mountain, they, by them, as well as those who are drinking, Pana Samsarga Karkashaihi, those who are enjoying their time in drinking, etc. And also Utpadadbihi Vihangaischa, and the various birds that were there, which are also now moving away. Vidyadhara Ganairabi, with all the various Vidyadharas, another set of the residents of the heavens who very often are found in the Mahendra Mountains. All of them, Dajyamana Mahasanuhu, they all left. They all renounced that place because of the very powerful presence of Hanuman, who is standing on the mountain and getting ready to fly off. That very foot that he kept there, and even the snakes that were there in the mountains, they started to go inside their own small cavities. Some Nilina Mahoragaha, Shaila Shringa Shila Utpadaha Tadabhut. That way, the entire Mahagirihi, Shringa Shaila Utpadaha, it has become completely being disturbed by the very all of them leaving, and the peaks of the mountain, Utpadaha, broken they are, as Mahagirihi. And interestingly, he says, Taihi Nishvasadbihi Bhujangaihi Ardhanisritaihi. While the various snakes that were there, in the entire mountain, they are all going inside their own small cavities. And then what happened when they heard the sound further, they came out halfway through, emerging out of their holes all over the mountain. It looked like as though there are flags all over. Sapataga iva abadi, the mountain filled with flags, meaning like a flag when you hoist, when you insert into the mountain, half of it is inside, half of it outside, the stick from which the flag flutters. In the same way, all the snakes coming out of their holes halfway through, ardhanisritaihi taihi nishvasadbihi, and they were making hissing sound. It looked like the flags are fluttering there. Iva abhati satata dharaneshwaraha, as even the Dharaneshwaraha, that very Mahendra mountain, best among the mountains there. And the rishis who were sitting and meditating in that very mountain, Rishibihi trasa samprantaihi tajyamana, they also renounced that mountain and ran away, who are all there meditating. Shilo Uchayaha Sidan Mahati Kantare Sardahina Iva Advagaha. They are the renouncing of all the mountain by all of them. It looked like those people who go into the forest, they are travelers. Udvagaha Sardahina. They are losing their own companions, and how they become so bewildered, afraid, confused. Sidan Mahati Kantare. They become so, Sidan means they become so sorrow-stricken. In that way, all of them have become so afraid to go anywhere near the Mahendra mountain, and they all have moved away. At this point, Savegavan, Hanuman, the monkey with great force, Vega Samahidatma, and at the same time, Samahidatma, well composed, Hari Praviraha, best of the monkeys, Paravirahanta, the destroyer of the enemies, Manas Samadaya, keeping his mind in one place, Mahanubhavaha, the very blessed one, Lankam Manasa Jagama, in his own mind, he has already reached Lanka. Manasvi, the mindful Hanuman, who mentally has reached or locked his target. I have to reach here. Manasa Lankam Jagama. And then he just is taking off. So that takeoff of Mahakapihi Hanumanji will be the beginning of Sundarakanda. So that we will see after this. Ityashre Srimad Ramayane Valmiki Adikavi Kishkindha Kande Sapta Shatshitamaha Sargaha Kishkindha Kandam Sampurnam. So that this Kishkindha Kand, which had many twists and turns, starting from where Sri Rama meets with Shabari and having the great time with her, and then she directing to Sugriva, meeting with Sugriva, and then signing up of the pact, and then Vali Vada, the killing of the Vali, and then thereafter Vali not taking up seriously about Rama's task, and then Rama sending Lakshmana threatening Vali, and then Hanumanji appeases him, and Hanumanji arranges for all the monkeys to go, Sugriva arranges all the monkeys to go in different directions and to search Sita, and then Hanumanji and Angada and Jambavan, etc., coming down to the south, not finding Sita until the end of the land, and then getting into that cave, and where they were told about she was maintaining that Lady Maya, she making sure that they are fed properly. But then she said, I cannot help you out, but I have to take you out of this place. Then meeting Sambhati narrating his story, and he learning about Jatayu, and then finally saying that this is where she is. I can see very clearly. I was told by my son. Sambhati narrated that story of his son also. And then Hanumanji taking up the lead here. This is such a beautiful set of events in Ramayana. Now Sundarakand. Everything is going to be so beautiful in this particular next one. We'll see that. Aganita Guna Gana Bhushana Rama Ashrita Vatsala Jaya Jaya Rama Ayodhya Vasi Sita Rama Apat Bandhava Jaya Jaya Rama Dasharatha Nandana Sri Rama Dashamukha Mardana Jaya Jaya Rama Kausalya Sukhavardhana Rama Kamita Palada Jaya Jaya Rama Papa Vimochana Sri Rama Pattavirama Jaya Jaya Rama Janaki Vallabha Sita Rama Jaya Raghu Rama Jaya Siya Rama Vanara Sevita Sri Rama Varidhi Vandana Jaya Jaya Rama Hanumat Pujita Sita Rama Jaya Raghu Rama Jaya Siya Rama Raghupati Raghava Raja Rama Patita Pavana Sita Rama Sri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Sri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Syavara Ramachandra ki jai Pavana Sutta Hanuman ki jai Umapati Mahadev ki jai Bolo Bhai Sab Santan ki jai Sadgurunath Maharaj ki jai.